Before I get started on the video, I'd like to ask you guys to go ahead and hit the bell icon next to the subscribe button and hit the notification checkbox. That way you guys don't miss any future uploads from me and you become part of the notification squad. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the video. What's up, people? YouTube, this Troll here, bringing you guys another video to my channel. And today we're going to be talking about Modern Warfare 4, the next Call of Duty in the Call of Duty series, and just kind of giving my opinion on how I think that's all going to play out with the next, like 8 months to come, and when we're going to see release, and if we're actually going to see Modern Warfare 4, which I personally think that we will, but I'll kind of break down why I think that is here a little bit later. So before we get into all that, I would like to ask you guys to leave a like on the video if you are interested in the topic at hand. Also, if you're new, feel free to subscribe. The channel is growing pretty well, trying to get to the 1,000 subscriber mark. Also, if you can't tell, I am very, very sick, so I do sound funny. My tonsils are swollen, my head is congested, my nose is congested, so I am very sorry if I sound really weird for this video. I'm just not feeling at 100% today, but that does not stop me from talking about probably my favorite game series, at least multiplayer game series of all time, Call of Duty. So it has been pretty much heavily rumored that we were going to get Modern Warfare 4 since, at the very least, since before Black Ops 4's release. And the reason why, I think, for a lot of people is because if you look back at the most recent releases for Infinity Ward, they have been in kind of a tough spot, but they've released Call of Duty Ghosts, which was a pretty bad game. I'm just going to be honest. I personally think that game was pretty rough. Lots of bugs that still to this day have not been fixed. Lots of issues with the time to kill. Lots of issues with connection. It was a very smooth feeling Call of Duty, and that's one of the benefits. And while I had a fantastic time playing Call of Duty Ghosts because of the competitive experience, I do think that it was rather lackluster. Now, a lot of people will say nowadays, they'll say that it actually wasn't that bad, but I still stick to my guns. I think Call of Duty Ghosts was pretty rough. I think that the campaign was really, really bad. I also think that the zombies, alien mode, whatever you want to call it, extinction, I think is what it was called, was also really bad. Anyways, I did enjoy many different parts of that game, but overall I think that it was pretty lackluster and it was pretty weak in many different ways, although a lot of fond memories. But Call of Duty Ghosts was not received well by far. That's undeniable to say that it was received well, but the one that hit even worse than Call of Duty Ghosts was Infinite Warfare, and this is by far my most despised Call of Duty game to date. I mean, it's pretty rough, but anyways, Infinite Warfare was bad. I'm not going to break down all the reasons it was bad. If you guys have been watching my channel for a while, then you know I did not like that game. I despised it, but what's more important about Infinite Warfare is what came along beside it. At launch, we also got Modern Warfare Remastered. So at first, this was probably just, hey, a one-off thing. Like, we know our sales are going to be bad. It was rumored that they had to change up production like halfway through the game's life cycle because of the way that some things went. And so because of that, they're like, hey, we need to do something to kind of cushion the blow of these sales, because they knew that we did not want jetpacks. Infinity Ward was in a tough spot. Activision knew that we didn't want jetpacks, but the game was already in production. I don't think there was a time for them to kind of turn around and take that out of their game by the time it was received so negatively. So they released Modern Warfare Remastered with it, which was a great thing. I'm very happy that they did Modern Warfare Remastered. I think that it was fun, added a lot to it. I did play it quite a bit, and 2016 was honestly my weakest year when it comes to Call of Duty. Well, actually, World War II might have been my weakest year when it comes to Call of Duty and content, but that's also tied to other stuff. Anyways, Modern Warfare Remastered came out. We got to experience the story of Modern Warfare Remastered all over again. And then we get World War II, and the CEO of Activision at the time, or the president of Activision, whoever his name was, Eric Hirschberg, I think was his name, he did resign recently, but he had said before he had resigned, he had said that he was very excited for the next 3 years of Call of Duty following, with World War II, because there was 3 huge time periods and like titles that the fans were going to know and love. So obviously we've seen World War II. which honestly I don't think it was a bad game. I think it was a good game, but it had a lot of issues in terms of like connection and stuff. I feel like it was a very internet heavy Call of Duty, which was a negative. But overall, I mean, the story was good, zombies was enjoyable, the multiplayer was enjoyable overall, just a little bit dull. Then Black Ops 4, which obviously it's still in its life cycle, but at this point in time, I do enjoy it a lot. It is one of my top Call of Duties. I've really been enjoying it. Sometimes the specialists get on my nerves a little bit, but overall, it doesn't bother me that much. Zombies is probably the most I've liked zombies in a long time. It is sad that there is no clearly my cup of tea. I don't do exceptionally well trying to play Blackout. I'm trying to get better at it. As you guys saw on the channel, I just recently started a Blackout live series. I haven't really decided at the time of me recording this video what I'm going to title it, but something along the lines of A Road to a Win or something like that. But Blackout was great, and now the only thing that we have to talk about is Modern Warfare 4, or what the next Infinity Ward title is. Now, with this title, we know a couple of things. One, they're not just making titles for the Xbox One, PC, and PlayStation 4. They're also making titles for the next generation of consoles. And you might say, well, how do you know that? Well, there was a job listing posted by Infinity Ward requesting new game designers, basically, to be knowledgeable and working on next generation hardware, which only indicates that, yes, we are getting next-gen consoles. Also, Xbox has already basically confirmed that their code name for their next console, which is going to be Xbox, it's Xbox Scorpio, I think, or something like that. So, or Scarlet, maybe. Yeah, Scorpio was the X. It's Scarlet. Sorry, but that is something that we know is coming, next generation hardware. Let's rewind real quick and let's go back to Call of Duty Ghosts. So when Call of Duty Ghosts launched, it was also a title that launched first on the Xbox 360 and PS3 and PC, and then it also launched with the PS4 and the Xbox One literally like 2 months later. This caused a lot of issues. They had to produce titles, upgraded versions with, you know, higher graphics and more detail and all these different areas for both consoles, and it just split them pretty badly. So hopefully they've learned from that and they can like compensate and make a good title, because the concept of Modern Warfare 4 blows my mind. Now let's talk about why I actually think it's Modern Warfare 4 and not some other random title. The reason why I think it's Modern Warfare 4, or it's most likely to be Modern Warfare 4, is because there is currently a contractual obligation between Activision and PlayStation for them to make a remaster for both Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. Now, that might get you pretty hyped up. You might think, oh, that's awesome, but technically the contract obligation is only for the campaign part of the game. And if we think about it, Infinity Ward's title is coming up. The likelihood of them pushing their title out, Modern Warfare 4 title out, another 3 years is very unlikely. So I'm almost 100% sure that we are about to see Modern Warfare 4, because if you remember, last year about this time, or close to, in like, you know, March and April, there was a huge leak stating that we were getting Modern Warfare 2 remastered. And then people found out that it was only campaign, and then the listing that was on Amazon got pulled, and nothing had been said about it since. So what I think is actually happening is I think that we are probably going to get Modern Warfare 2 remastered here in the next, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 months. I'm almost willing to bet, you know, April, May, somewhere in there, when they announce the next Call of Duty is what I'm almost willing to bet. But I really don't think that there's going to be a multiplayer, and here's why. If they release Modern Warfare 2 for the contract obligation with Sony, if they release Modern Warfare 2 Remastered for that reason, and they also release Modern Warfare 3, and then right after that they release Modern Warfare 4, they can't have 3 huge titles that are running multiplayer, and then there also hasn't been any confirmation on any sort of battle royale, and I honestly don't think there's going to be a battle royale in Modern Warfare 4. So then we have people playing Blackout still, because Blackout I think is big enough to where it is still going to be relevant past Black Ops 4 for sure. I think it's going to be one of those things that goes free later on, but that's another video topic for another time. But we have basically 4 huge multiplayer platforms, then game modes within those platforms for people to be split up on. And I don't think that Activision wants that. I don't think that Infinity Ward wants that. they don't want their player base split up that much. So that's why I think we're going to get Modern Warfare 2 in the early spring, or late spring, early summer, somewhere in there, and then we're going to get Modern Warfare 3 as like a pre-order bonus with Modern Warfare 4, and Modern Warfare 3 will probably come out like a month before release. I think that we will go back to the November release cycle. Infinity Ward has a really, really bad track record right now. Hell, even Modern Warfare 3 wasn't received super, super well in hindsight after the game's release, but Call of Duty Ghosts tanked, Infinite Warfare really tanked. That one was really, really bad. And so they can't take a third loss. That just cannot happen, and that is why I think that we are going to see Modern Warfare 4. I think that's why most people think we're going to see Modern Warfare 4. So to anybody out there that was hoping for a Ghost 2, that is definitely not happening, at least not right now. And the reason I say that is because right next to Modern Warfare 4's supposed possibility here within the last couple of weeks, there was also rumors of it being Ghost 2, because a communication manager, I think, for Infinity Ward, it's either Infinity Ward or Activision, was posting a bunch of stuff on her Twitter that was like paranormal related, and then on a Charlie Intel post stating that they were excited to see what Infinity Ward had in store for us in 2019, she had commented the like eyeball emoji, like the looking emoji, and then everybody like went to her Twitter and everybody was like, "Oh, it's gonna be Ghost 2. This is awesome and exciting." But it actually turns out she just likes paranormal stuff. And then Charlie Intel, I believe, Charlie Intel made a post, and they were basically like, "Look, we know stuff and things, and I can promise you, it's not going to be Ghost 2." So yeah, just stop with that. And I basically think that Infinity Ward was picking up steam and hearing that people were thinking that it was going to be Ghost 2, and they're like, "Hey, somebody, stop the hemorrhaging. Tell someone that it's not Ghost 2. Please, just let them say that it's not Ghost 2, because we cannot let that happen." Even if they do make a fantastic game with the title of Ghost 2, the title alone will tank the entire game itself. So they aren't going to release a Ghost 2. It would be very, very dumb for them to do so. And the same thing goes with Modern Warfare 4. Modern Warfare 4 has a great title, and that could really draw people in, and I hope there's a campaign, because it'd be stupid for them not to do that. But the thing that really gets me is their multiplayer can still be ass cheeks, guys. Just because it has the name Modern Warfare 4 on it does not mean a damn thing. The multiplayer can still be really bad, but I'm hoping that we get that Modern Warfare classic feeling. I'm hoping that I can go from Modern Warfare 3 Remastered to Modern Warfare 4 and be like, yes, this is Modern Warfare, and just instantly feel that classic feeling. I hope that's the case. Anyways, guys, that's all I really have for this video. It was kind of long and drawn out, but I wanted to get all of this information out there and get my points across. I hope you enjoyed the video. Once again, leave a like, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and comment down below your opinion and what you think is going on. Anyways, guys, deuces.